What's up, guys? This is Mike Needler with my five tips for rhythm guitar playing. Now, when it comes to rhythm, it's not everyone's favorite thing to do. Everyone wants to be the flashy soloist, everyone wants all the attention and everything like that. But let me tell you, when you're a solid rhythm player, people will love playing with you. And the audience won't necessarily be able to put their finger on why everything sounds so good, but people that know will know that it's you. So these 5 tips will take you a long way. And the first one sounds really simple, and it is simple, but that doesn't mean that it's not important, and that's listening. Listening to whoever you're backing up, especially in a solo situation. So if someone's playing a solo and they have a rhythmic figure or something like that, if you're backing them up, you can try to match that rhythm and it really emphasizes what the guy's doing, and it helps build into moments that they can take off into a new direction. And it's little things like that that make a humongous difference when it comes to overall cohesion and just adding depth to what you're playing. So many people that I've played with who are incredible musicians, when they're playing rhythm, they're just kind of checked out, they're just not paying that much attention, just waiting for their turn to speak. So that's number 1. Number 2, damn, I forgot what number 2 was. So number 2 is dynamics. And this kind of goes along with listening. But what you want to do, unless the energy going into the solo is really high and you want to keep it high, at the start of a solo, you want to kind of bring it down, give the person some room to breathe, give the audience some room to breathe, so then you have somewhere to go. There's nothing more boring to a listener or to an active participant in the music than just staying at one dynamic level the whole time you're playing. So the more dynamics that you can bring into your rhythm consciously, the more interesting it's going to be for you, for your soloist, and for the audience. And that's critical. So number 3 and 4 are going to kind of tie together, but we're going to start with number 3. Number 3 is using suspensions. So if we're playing, just like a 3-chord thing here, maybe you'll do a suspended second here. I love the sound of suspended second for a major chord. It really just gives so much more character for really it's not any harder for you to do. But it really goes a long way for providing a more interesting canvas on top of which to solo. So, as I said, number 3 and 4 are going to kind of go together because number 4 has to do with motion. So you don't want to go too crazy with this, but some choice decision making with motion can add a lot. And oftentimes the motion that I'll do involves suspensions. So here's what I mean. So if we go back to that, not changing the chord. But by just adding those little suspensions in midway through the bar, you're creating motion that's not, as long as you do it properly, it won't be distracting to the audience, taking attention away from the soloist, but it'll actually provide a more interesting landscape than just 3 chords that I play. So try that, because it makes a big difference. Shoot, now I gotta remember what the fifth thing was. Yes. So the fifth and final thing is space. For this, there's a couple things I want to talk about. First, not every second of everything that you play has to be filled with notes. I'm gonna do a separate video on the different levels of musicianship, because this is something that I've identified over the last decade to be able to chart where you are on your musical progress. But anyway, the more space that you can add, and obviously it comes down to the individual context of the song and of the vibe and all that kind of stuff, but when you can add space, it really makes a big difference. And so to go along with that, you kind of want to take the rule almost like a drummer would. Every 8 bars, you want to change something slightly. Maybe 16 bars, depending on the tempo and all that kind of stuff. But you always want to be a little bit in motion, and space can be a big part of that. And I'll show you what I mean. So if we're going back to that same progression, maybe things are building up, the guy's really going nuts. That's motion. Just by doing stuff like that, and keep it consistent for, you know, the 8 bars that you're doing it in. But if you take something like that, you can take a bland 3-chord progression and keep it interesting to your ear, to the soloist's ear, and to the audience's ear, just by sticking with that. So the more variation that you can bring into those chords, again, without being distracting, and there's a line that you have to ride. If you're going nuts doing a million different things, it could take away from the solo and all that kind of stuff. However, if you do it properly, it will make everything way, way more interesting. So anyway, give this stuff a try. Let me know what you think in the comments. Sorry, the comments are down there, not over there. In the comments. Like and subscribe if you want more of these videos. I'm going to be throwing them out anyways. I'm going for once a week. Resurgence of my YouTube channel. So anyway, I'm just going to end this video with some jamming on this progression. See what you think. Try to implement some of the things that I was talking about. Appreciate you guys. Catch you later.